Hello and welcome to Dungeons & Dragons A Darkened Wish, Episode 4, Passage Home, Never. That's not ominous, right? Let's meet our heroes.
Hi there, I'm Mayleigh Damage. I play Helene.
I'm Leve and I play Aiden.
Hi, I'm Aki and I play Kerrin and Karrin.
Hi, I'm Mattaliano and I play Xander.
Hi, I'm Alcuin Gersh and I'm playing Rayonde.
I'm B. Dave Walters and I play literally everyone else. As independent content creators, we rely on the generosity of viewers like you, both in the form of bits and tips and in support of our very generous sponsors. First and foremost, D&D Beyond. Look, I even got it right with like the airline opposite pointing thing. That's how beautiful it is. D&D Beyond is a digital tool set which will literally allow you to take your game to the next level. Give you tools for monsters, classes, spell slots. We are using it here. If you see us using a technology, that is what we are doing. And you can also pre-order the upcoming Wildmount source book through D&D Beyond right now. So definitely check it out, dndbeyond.com. Then Dogmite. They are a mastercraft company. They make DM screens. They made this beautiful thing for me here that I love so very much. They are also running a promotion right now that should be still going on by the time that you see this, but even if it's not, you still should buy yourself a Dogmite screen because all the cool kids are using them, right? Speaking of, there are level up dice, which again, we use here. They are amazing. They are incredible. They are, again, top tier, top flight dice to literally take your game to the next level. Visit bit.ly.com/LUDB Dave Walters. Aha. Yes. And last but certainly not least, Games for Love, which is a 501c3 kindness-oriented charity that uses the wonder and the magic of gaming to ease the suffering of children all over the world, both by putting on events for them in the hospitals, bringing in games for them to play, and also raising money that we can use to increase their quality of care. So visit gamesforlove.org to learn more. And now, for the very first time, you get to see our super sweet intro video. On with our story. That is kind of incredible. Also, a special shout out to D'Artagnan Mattaliano for getting that hooked up for us there. So, thank you.
Yes,
Golf claps. Some years have passed since the events in the fighting pits of Neverwinter. You all are now officers with the White Sails Mercenary Company. You have been up and down the Sword Coast into lands far beyond that most people will never even hear about, much less visit. But tonight is a different night, because tonight you all are competing for the championship, where two would-be contenders will square off in the ship's brig for a shot at the champion, the Red Devil himself, Rayonde. So, Aiden and Xander, roll initiative.
All right.
You all have been provided with blunted weapons. You will be of no use to anyone if you massacre each other down here, as the crowd has gathered around, placing wagers on each of you. That's we're that good, huh?
7.
Just, we want him to go first so he feels good about himself. You're not a monster.
What's that? 17.
All right.
Yeah.
Xander, you all are down in the hold. Again, everyone knows this is kind of a weekly occurrence where everybody goes down, moves the cots and crates out of the way, and sort of puts up the barricades of a makeshift ring where 2 sentients enter, 1 sentient leaves. Again, the winner between the 2 of you will face the champion. What do you do, Xander?
Well, this first, all right? I'm prepped. I'm ready up. I'm like...
We are going to resolve this again with 3 total rolls.
All right.
Okay? Yep, no problem.
All right, cool. What?
You can give me your athletics, and you can add your strength modifier to it.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I mean...
Are you sure you want to do this, Aiden? Because...
You can do this, Xander.
Look at that. It's already destined to win. This guy.
You got this, Aiden.
That's right. There it is.
What are Helene and go ahead and roll it? What are Helene and Karrin and Kerrin doing during all this? The whole crew's here, by the way. Like, there's just a skeleton crew up on the deck to make sure the ship doesn't run aground over the next few minutes.
Karen and Karrin are cheering for one each.
Yes,
This is the best thing about being twins, is that you get to cheer on both of your friends.
Are you the corner clerics? You know, like
I'm pretty sure that's almost always the case. I just take care of the people on the side.
There's nothing like having Kerrin in your corner.
That's literally.
Except
yes.
maybe Karrin.
Well, porque no dos, right? Yes. What do you got?
21.
21. I will allow you to make a opposed roll here to roll the opposite to see if it is enough.
With the acrobatics?
You can use your acrobatics to try and evade this,
No, it's
yes.
performance because you're posing.
Oh, I believe it is you, sir. You are the poser.
We'll see.
Confirm.
Yeah, that's a natural 20.
God damn it, Aiden.
So, what does Xander try to do?
All right, well, he tries to come in with his old trusty 1-2 hook. So 1-2 hook.
Aiden, you've seen it 1,000 times.
1,000 times. And he knows I've seen it 1,000 times.
Right.
Dodge, weave, pow, 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 into the ribs.
Okay,
Keep going.
Same thing. You roll, so that is one exchange has been won by Aiden. Yes. All right, and now you will roll the first one here.
All right.
Okay.
Yep, get it.
Same thing. You can roll your response with either your strength in athletics or acrobatics if you've got more agile,
Definitely don't.
because you're a man grown now.
15.
15.
Well, the roll itself is more than that.
All right.
So 17.
So when Aiden goes to try and sting you in the ribs again,
You got too close.
Just-
You got too close.
what do you do, Xander?
Oh, I do. I get it. This one of these like Dave Chappelle knock them off their feet. Shabow. It's right here. Just an uppercut straight from the deck.
Under the chin.
Straight from the. Sorry, I didn't hear that. Could you say that again?
From
Straight
the
from the what?
And it comes back to the end. Again, they are both very evenly matched. Again, you guys have seen them, Rayonde. They're usually locked in battle for second place most weeks. You know? Okay? Last roll to see who will be the winner between the two of you here.
Karen and Karrin have basically determined they're the Scarlett Johansson of this whole thing, and they don't need the answer to that question.
We can just pretend I won. That makes.
It's Aiden, do you stay down for the sake of your bro?
Just do it. Just stay down, Aiden. Just stay down.
You hear him saying it.
I go down when you bring me down.
Okay, go.
All right. I'm not too good at the maths.
Okay, then you can roll your counter there, Aiden.
Nope. Okay.
Floor dice don't exist.
Nope. Designated rolling area.
Sick.
What do you got?
32.
All right.
What do you have?
Not 32.
So it's Aiden
My time.
slowly gets back to his feet, knowing that you know you rang his bell a little bit, but he's
I see that daze. And I quickly go in there, I get in a rear naked, and just go to sleep, Aiden. Go to sleep.
you feel it sink in, and it is as hard a time as you give him. It's like a python squeezing around your neck.
Do you hear that?
I doubt it.
Yes.
That's the winds of change. Number one.
Do you let him go when he taps?
No. Just for a few seconds longer, and then I let go. Just so they know.
And the crowd goes wild. Ah.
I'm just like, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
You know,
Check
they're
this
very evenly matched, but like this is a lot more entertaining than a coin toss.
Nikto hops over the ropes, and she is like, well done, Xander, well done, and holds your arm up in the ground. I see people passing coins around there, and Aiden, as you lay there partially, 1 foot into the next world, regaining, you feel a little hand on your face going, Aiden.
Tomorrow. What? Yes, today.
It is Annabeth, who has joined the crew.
Hey.
She's about 12, 13 by now, but she has been a useful member of the Mother of Pearl.
She's a tiny one.
Useful
We can put her
as
in
woman.
small places.
Yep, appreciate it.
It's that you all were not much older when you got started, you know?
You're definitely older. Just
Born older.
just born older.
Right. She's like, Aiden, you know, he's gonna 1-2, right? And you're gonna go the ribs, but the ribs, it doesn't work. He's too strong, Aiden. He's so strong.
I get him next time, and he's about to go get his claw cleaned by Rayonde. And that is the true comeuppance here.
Annabeth helps you to your feet. She's about up to your shoulder by now.
We're upright.
Yeah, and she's like, oh yeah, Rayonde is gonna...
Just that.
Yeah. He's like, okay,
And
so...
I am going to get some of that popcorn.
Are you saying that you lost on purpose because you didn't want to fight Rayonde?
Sure.
Statistically speaking, 7 out of 13 times, you've not lost badly to Rayonde.
And you know what? Soon I will lose even less badly. But today's not that day. Today's the day Xander loses very, very badly. And that's what's important.
It's,
It's not that I win City lose.
she kind of looks both ways and she's like, make sure Karrin knows you're okay. Kerrin too. They don't like having to root against either of you.
That's sensible. Good taste.
Learned it from watching you, Aiden. I learned it from watching you.
Hey, keep an eye on Xander, because he's gonna need that,
She stops and she turns back around and she's like, that's 3 weeks in a row I've lost coin on you, though. Don't make me lose hope, Aiden. I'm too young to lose hope.
how could you do me like this?
You can do me like this. I lost money on you. And she turns and walks away.
I didn't need that. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. I don't need that kind of negativity in my life.
Are you okay?
Well,
Do
I
you
will
need
be...
any?
Popcorn, yes.
You know what I meant.
I'm fine. I'm
You-
fine.
I'm
I
sure-
say across the corner.
You've seen the purple bruises that Xander's left on Aiden countless times. They are usually gone by the morning. The boy heals very quickly.
Karrin from the other corner just goes,
Yep, and Xander, you do have one of the twins in your corner.
are you okay?
I'm doing great.
That was
How are you, Karrin?
I'm sure they're fine.
I'm gonna get it right. I swear. I swear.
You know, I've gotten to the point where I put a coin in a jar every time you do. It's a very empty jar. But you're working on it, and at least there are some coins in there.
See, the jar is half full.
Not even.
Oh. Quarter.
Annabeth, as she's passing by, is like, statistically speaking, you should be right 1 and 2 times, and then just passes by.
You would think so. Kerrin just kind of pats your shoulder, or Karrin pats your shoulder, and is just like, we'll keep working on it. I have like 1 extra freckle.
For every time I get it right.
No, I have 1 extra freckle.
Oh, you have 1 extra freckle? Okay. I'll remember. You have a freckle.
Give me a perception
I
check.
have a lot of freckles.
Xander.
Yeah, so 10.
They're just identical, man. like you try so hard. It's
get
the
so
same
far.
face
Damn it.
twice.
But you won, and now you have to not lose to Rayonde, which you can do this.
I think I can.
And we'll be
Did you see
over
me?
here. That was, I mean, we'll be right over here when you need to be not dead.
Okay. I don't think you're not gonna need to help me at all. I think I got this. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
Well,
good.
That is actually maybe the shortest amount of time it's ever taken for you to take Aiden out, so maybe you'll be okay, but
See? The jar half full.
good luck. And I think that Karrin just sort of reaches up and gives you a light pat on the cheek, and
I just do this. I'm like, ah.
Do you do that? Do you?
Yep. Yes. I grab your hand.
There.
You'll be all right.
They turn a little red. Just a little bit.
I don't know this.
We're fine.
Apparently, I'm oblivious.
It's okay. All right. Do you need any water or maybe a piece of jerky? What? How are you doing?
Water would be fantastic.
All right.
Helene, while you're in the crowd, Nikto's just behind you. All these years, you still have no idea how she does it. You can be looking right at her, and she's just gone. And then she's over there.
Why are you so sneaky?
She's like, it's my job.
I know, and and I love you for it, but when you do that, you just, every time, it's such a surprise.
You see as she's looking at you, her pupils kind of dilate a little bit by the shiny, dangly things all through your hair.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's like, I was wondering if you would like to go get the champ.
Sure. Do we know where he is right now?
Where's he always?
Right. I'm...
Where would Rayonde be when he prepares for his fights? What would be his ritual?
Oh, looking out across the still ocean from the aft of the ship.
You find him where he always is. Although there are several coils of very neatly wound rope.
Hey, Randy. You feeling okay? You're coiling rope again.
I always coil rope. It's good rope coiling.
And no one coils rope like you do.
Is that a euphemism for something else?
It can be. That being said, though, it's your time to...
So, based on the noise that I heard hitting the deck, I'm facing Xander again?
That would be correct.
I'm a little sad. I feel like Aiden's going through a bad patch.
But he's really quick. I think just a little bit more practice. They're kind of neck and neck. I mean, really, it's...
Well, maybe it's his overconfidence.
Maybe a little bit, but this never gets old. It really is a lot of fun, and I especially love seeing you all ready to tear somebody up and get into action.
It's gotten a little repetitive, but I do. It's nice to have a routine.
You hear someone yell like, "Oi, where's the champ?"
Champ! Champ! Champ!
I'll make my way below decks.
As you make your way down, Samish, who is one of the members of the crew that you've come to know, one of the older guys that now mostly his function's ceremonial on the ship now, as a kind of like a respected elder, walks up to you with the belt that they fashioned for the champion, which is an old rusted bronze like plate that had like a goddess that has kind of become faded over time, etched into it. But they've taken the glass of a porthole and put over it so it's slightly magnified and strapped some leather straps to the side of it. And he's got it over his shoulder when he walks up and he's like, "Hi, you ready, champ?"
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Careful, that Xander's looking mighty fierce now.
Is he?
I think he's been adding in some extra pull-ups every day. He's filling in across the shoulders. Yeah.
Helene leans into the belt and goes, "That's beautiful. Which goddess is that?"
He looks, he's like, "I really can't say. The lucky one, I hope, huh? Huh?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. I don't know, do you have a favorite? Maybe it's you or the goddess on the belt there, you know?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're adorable. All right, ready to go?
Yep.
And he steps in front of you, And you see he takes the smallest breath and his voice booms throughout the entire place. And he's like, make way for the champion of the vessel! And they all like, the crowd pulls apart. And like a very satisfying hush kind of comes over all of them, Rayonde. Is it?
Well, I walk through quite casually. Those fist bumps are exchanged with other folks in the front row.
Yep.
And I make my way up to my corner and start doing my stretches.
Kerrin is
Helene
there,
rolls.
helping to get you prepped, and Karrin is over with
Helene's
Xander.
walking behind, hyping the crowd.
I'm extremely taking over your popcorn. Move it to lose it.
Rightfully so.
You see Annabeth hangs down from the ropes that are kind of like the cargo nets where she watches all of your fights. And she goes, hey, champ, you got your flower? Yeah. You know that's where your power comes from, right? You lose a flower.
I know.
Yeah, it's like, I won't tell anybody, though. And like, the little hand comes. Right. She's like, hey, don't hurt him too bad. I kind of like Xander.
Me too.
You're going down, Xander! Yeah.
That's what you think.
Right. But then she looks back at you, she's like, right.
So, this is your usual thing?
Yeah.
For the last couple of weeks, it's been him?
Yeah.
You know how he works?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do too much healing, so be nice.
Okay.
Don't humiliate him a lot.
I never do.
It'll be fine.
Sometimes he humiliates himself. It's not my fault.
I'm just saying, they paid for a good fight, so don't finish him off too quickly. Last week was a little bit
No.
like...
This is not about the entertainment of the other people here. This is a bond of friendship that he and I share. Truth is, win or lose, I'll enjoy the result.
When you say that, Nikto yells from across the room, then you need better friends!
she's got that really keen hearing. You gotta be careful what you say.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Nikto.
She's like, all right, you get ready? We're not paying you all to just stand around.
Be careful of the stunning strike, okay? He gets you with that every time.
I know his moves. I got it this time.
Okay.
I've had the practice. Rayonde! I got it this time. I'm on fire tonight. I can feel it.
I believe in you. This might be your night.
This
There we go.
we will resolve. The semifinal was best of 3. This will be best of 5. 5 opposed rolls. The first 1 to 3 wins. The first initiative. Let's see between the two of you who's gonna go first. You can hear a hush comes over the ship. It is almost like the ocean itself quiets down. Because normally the ship sort of moans and creaks all the time, but it's almost like the mother of pearl itself is paying attention to what's going on.
21.
Just 12. It's okay. I want to see what happens
Do you
first.
choose to go first or let him go first, Rayonde?
I'll
It's like football. You win the coin toss.
I
You
guess
can choose to hold it.
I'll let him go first. Age before beauty.
I take back what I said. I want to get the first shot at it.
Okay. Same
You
thing.
only think that that's what I want you to think.
Roll your athletics.
Just athletics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's not bad. 18.
All right. Then roll your counter there, Rayonde.
That is a 17.
What do you do to him, Xander?
Oh, just the classic 1-2 hook. Because it's a classic.
You know, this time it's the twins have been telling you right though. You're like he always ducks it, so this time come under with the shovel hook and it works. Like he bobs his head and boom, you get in the crowd is whoa! Yeah. Okay.
I can't believe I just made it. Inside though. Outside. Oh, I knew it.
Yeah.
But inside.
No,
Very scary.
you're kind of shocked that you actually got him here. All right, so that is one for Xander. So now you would initiate Rayonde.
18.
18.
Are there any other modifiers there to reflect the fact that I am a trained unarmed combatant?
Well, I got 17.
As opposed to acrobatics versus
Oh,
athletics.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a
you-
martial artist.
So you're telling me that you are not proficient in athletics?
Well, I've been using acrobatics, but
No, you can do it with athletics. Whichever is higher.
acrobatics is higher. But I'm saying even then,
But,
Are you saying you want to cheat, Rayonde?
I'm not cheating. I want my
If
training
you
to
want
be
some little
reflected.
extra cheats to help you win, I mean, I'm okay with it. It's fine.
realistically, as a fighter, he too is a trained combatant, and so it would all come in.
We're basically even though.
In unarmored combat.
No, you remember I said you've got access to weapons. They just are dulled, so you wouldn't like kill each other, or you'd like swing your swords at each other. They're choosing 30 stuff. So what happened here in this exchange?
My friends.
You had an 18. What
I
did
had 26.
18 and 26. Okay.
Yes.
So Rayonde, what do you try to do?
I'm just slow. I'm surprised that he hit me in the first place.
One hit goes wrong, it's easier to.
Yep. And what do you do as a counter there, Xander?
I'd like to tackle him, get him on the ground, and just start.
So
Because I know that I don't have many chances, and I gotta take what I can get.
again, you can hear an absolute pin drop here, but you're not too worried about it, Rayonde. Do you want to deploy any of your monk abilities on him? Because he is all over you.
No, I want to give him some hope.
Okay. So that is two.
I've been
falls.
trying to toughen up as well, so you know, this is
Like
good.
doing
This
the
is
sit-ups while.
well, no, this is part of my training.
You do see while you're slamming your fist into him, Xander, he does not seem overly panicked about all of this.
Yeah, it scares me deeply. I
Right.
don't show it though.
And Helene and Aiden watching this like this, he's never done this well before.
No, I mean, there was a time I thought he might, and then remember he just took an elbow to the jaw and dropped.
He's getting a lot better though, but here's the thing. I'm not quite sure if it's because he's getting better or if Rayonde's doing that thing where he thinks he's gonna let him win and then he just comes in.
I mean, look, honestly, Xander's also coming in relatively fresh from the 70s because that went pretty quickly.
True.
I have more popcorn.
I like the popcorn.
Round
Me
3.
too, it's delicious.
Ooh, you got this, Rayonde.
That's a natural one.
No.
Should I roll?
Got this, buddy.
I mean, you
What
should.
if I get a
Yes.
natural 20?
You could also get a natural one.
Happened. No. Yeah, 14. It's over 20.
Xander, you notice Rayonde's barely fighting back.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do?
Well, I get into an arm bar and just try to get him to tap out. Just goes, come on,
You rather he's not gonna tap.
cap.
Like
dragging arms.
you feel the bones locking, Xander. Like like if you keep pulling, you'll break it.
Rayonde, tap out.
Was best out of 5.
Just because you're clerics.
Do you let him go or do you keep going? Do you?
I just keep going. I'm not
Xander?
gonna do the no-nos, but I'm gonna make it look like it.
I mean, wait, are you or are you not gonna break his arm? 'Cause
I'm
he's
gonna
not.
get
He's
to
not
the
giving
point
up.
where it's like almost out of the socket and just let go. I don't want to hurt Rayonde. I don't want to break his arm.
You see, he lets you go.
Let's continue.
Right?
Like warriors. Yes.
Yeah. The crowd is very confused. They're like, oh wait, no. He's...
I mean, you
It's a
should have.
very intricate dance they're doing.
I mean, you should have had him on submission. Like that. That's a top.
Yeah. Let's see where they take it
Oh
though.
yeah, that was bad manner. Bad manner.
And what are Karrin and Kerrin doing?
Basically panicking on either side of the ring. They're both just like, oh my god, are we gonna have to put these two back together? This is just stay. You got this. Yeah, you got this.
I think I was supposed to.
No, he initiates the next one. Yep.
That's a 15.
Okay. 15 total.
What is it? Oh, that's
16.
That's 16. Yeah. Ooh.
Hmm?
Just big.
He gets back to his feet again. Yep. You realize he's not gonna give up.
I guess I'm start working that rock hard stomach.
As he is like wailing in against you here, Rayonde, you do start to feel it. It is true. You know? He is driving you backwards and like boom, 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 and it doesn't seem like he's gonna let up. What does Rayonde do?
Are you ready?
Are you telling me that you haven't been trying it all this whole time?
No, I've been trying. I wouldn't insult you that way and not fight for real.
I told you never to do this.
All right,
always fight me for real.
All right, this is for real. This is your last warm up. All right, that's 17.
Insane.
What was that?
18.
18.
You knew he was going to do this, though. You knew it, Xander. You were
I
ready.
feel it.
So what does Rayonde try and do? What do you try and do?
I'm just waiting.
Well, but you got a 17 and he got an 18.
You're
Getting
ready to do something.
Mm-hmm. What were you going to do?
He has won this contest. It happened when our eyes locked. It's all psychological in our minds.
I mean, really, it kind of happened when you
You
got
don't-
him in an armbar, and then that was the end of the match.
I did crazy eyes to you, and you're just like,
I think, Xander, I think you won.
No, there's one more round left. You said 5. Best of
Best
5,
of
right?
5?
Uh-huh.
We've had 4.
But he's won them all. But that things count different in Dragonborn land. Okay.
this is the Hail Mary.
this
The
is
Hail
it.
Mary
There,
round.
somebody in the crowd yells, "Oh, you can't just quit! Finish him! Beat him!" And what happens?
Last one.
Why are you like this?
Let's go, Rayonde. Rayonde.
All or
I
nothing?
did
All or
encourage them
nothing.
to, like, you know,
Right now.
make it last.
Would you?
We have the same. We're tied.
You're tied.
All right.
This has been
No.
very exciting. Just so you know.
All right, so we lock up.
Yeah.
Both our eyes, and then we're just staring at each other and shaking.
When we do the quick kick. We're just blocking each other the whole time.
That is true. And while you all are down there, you hear battle stations! Battle stations!
Until next time.
No, you won. You won. Everybody, he won.
They're turning and running out of the room.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
here.
saw it.
This next time.
I saw it too.
I run and
Good
I
job.
run. I hug you.
Is you all are
You know which one.
running up onto the deck of the ship, you see a tentacle slide off the deck of the ship and down into the water.
That's not a good sign.
No.
Oh boy. All right. We all know what to do.
Yeah, Helene's gonna head up to the crow's nest.
You, a second later, you see another head comes up and grabs somebody and pulls them off the side.
Whoa.
Yeah. And you hear people like grabbing swords and things, and like people, I mean, again, the Mother of Pearl is a well-oiled machine. Like, this is a fighting
Yep.
vessel, so everyone's moving to their positions. Give me your athletics check to see how fast you make it up there.
Words out.
Not very fast at all.
Hey, we're doing just as well as we did last week.
I'm tired of this dice.
I'm very distracted by the giant tentacle.
Well, Nikto's laying on the wheel there, like the mast is kind of like, the netting kind of like swings off to the side as you're trying to make your way up. Where's Aiden going?
I'm staying on deck and trying to fend off some of the other people who I think are probably on the deck in armaments.
Okay. And what are Karrin and Kerrin doing?
I think they get into their usual, I think at this point they've figured out that even though they like to be close to each other, they cover more area if they split apart to make sure that they can kind of distribute healing stuff kind of evenly. So they're gonna basically go to the aft and what is the other word for it? Fore of the ship. They're just gonna split it.
Yep.
Go to either end.
Run in different directions.
Yep.
And what's Rayonde doing?
I'd like to run up to the crow's nest and start filling this thing full of arrows.
All right, same thing. Give me your athletics to see how fast you get up there. And what is Xander going to do?
I would like to get to the quarterdeck and get an idea of everything that's happening. What am I seeing? Is it just one tentacle over?
You've seen at least one tentacle and at least one head.
By like the main mast or the like?
It's like coming over the side in like different places and like grabbing.
Okay. Then. What the? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that tentacle off.
Aiden,
Yeah.
while you are looking there, you see a huge snake-like toothy head come out and bites down into your leg
Oh no.
for 20 points of damage.
For an uncanny dodge.
Natural 20.
Dang. Can I say that?
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
And like a huge bite. And it honestly, it would have dragged you off if you were not so nimble. Because it very much throws it reverse. And you,
Aiden!
Does Helene see this?
yes, you do.
Aiden, are you alright?
Oh, that did not tickle. Oh god. Get the
I've got
thing.
you!
Actually, all of you give me initiative.
Stop this. Oh, stop that.
Nonsense.
Oh, I feel you.
That dice is going to jail. By the way.
Just lots of dice jail
I'm gonna
taking
end
place
up
around here.
with all my dice in a jail again.
That
Well,
is true.
of course,
Just
I
like
pick
last
it up and I drop it out of the dice roller, and it lands on a natural 20 then.
Because why wouldn't
Yeah, it
Yep.
roll outside the tray. For
Why
me,
wouldn't
it
it?
roll a 20. It roll inside the tray, it roll a 1.
Floor dice don't exist.
Reason.
What do you have for
Exactly.
initiative?
4.
Again, you're not going last in the first round. You're going first in the second round.
Yep, see?
Round A,
16.
16. Okay.
14.
14.
I see you're 4, and I raise you 5.
Ah!
Wow, did I end up in the middle of pack for a change? I got a 10.
At least you're grievously injured now.
I mean, look, what's your excuse?
I was just fighting with the dragon born.
Winning.
So
You don't get to
Rayonde,
claim tired when you're winning.
Rayonde, you witness this. You see this head come out of the ocean, bite Aiden, and start dragging him away until like Aiden kind of like shimmies away. And all around you, on all sides of the boat, like the water is getting choppy around it.
Mm-hmm.
And heads come up on all sides. 7 of them.
Okay.
And it is your turn.
I'd like to use Kensei's shot.
Mhm.
And then I want to take 2 shots at the head that's trying to drag off my buddy.
All right, roll it. After Rayonde is Helene, so you can prepare, and then it'll be Karrin and Kerrin.
I've got
Actually, Helene-
14 and a 17.
The 14 does not hit. The 17 does.
All right.
Floor dice don't exist.
I grabbed it in the air.
That is true. That was high
Proof.
agility. Yeah,
Proof that he wasn't trying.
it's true. He was holding back on you. He's faking.
12 points of piercing damage.
All right. You see.
I'd actually like to spend a key point to add another d8 to that,
Okay.
as long as I'm here.
Okay.
That's another 8 points added to that.
Ooh.
You see as you like the head kind of like lolls about a little bit and then seems like it just like falls backwards, and the rest of them like roar, this deafeningly loud roar that I will spare you, so I do not deafen all of you. Helene, you and the creature will technically act simultaneously, but I'm gonna ask what you want to do now.
She is okay. Let's see. About how far apart are these heads?
They're on opposite sides of the boat, so there's 3 on one side and 4 on the other.
Okay.
Actually, they're 3 and 3 because Rayonde just brought one down.
The head that is next closest to us, since one of the heads is down now, she will cast Cloud Kill on.
Okay.
And that is 5d8.
Let me check the radius of Cloud Kill. You might be able to get more than one of the heads.
20-foot radius.
You could drop it on all 3 of the heads.
Ooh, then I will do that.
Yep. All 3 of the heads on one side. Yeah. After these 3, or after Helene and the Beast, will be Karrin and Kerrin, and then Aiden, and then Xander.
Got it.
25 damage.
What do they need to save?
Let's see. The creature takes 5d8 poison damage on
Oh,
a
it's on a
failed
failed
save of Constitution. or half as much damage on a successful one.
Right. Okay. Con save. Dig it. What is your save DC? It should be written right next to it. Right next to where the spell is written, there's a number.
16.
16, okay. None of them pass, and it is 25. All 3 heads drop into the water.
I've avenged you!
Thank you. Real well, actually.
Yeah, Aiden, from your position on the deck, you very much see this.
I
like,
feel
inky,
extremely avenged.
this inky black cloud between arrows and magic. Yes, definitely. Like there's nothing nearby to bite you.
Thanks, buddy.
You're
However,
welcome.
you act simultaneously with it. So even though you took out 3 of those heads, they still get their 1 shot before they do. One of them took it particularly personally and lashes up and bites you, Helene, for 30 points of damage. And starts pulling you off the crow's nest. I will give you athletics now at disadvantage to see if you can get away, because it got a natural 20 to bite and grab you.
Okay. Athletics, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's not my best.
Yeah, it's very much like Xander and Aiden. You guys in particular have seen this happen to her before, where she's like, "Yeah."
So 12.
You see this thing grab her, and like you hear her scream as she's getting pulled off, and then boom, and she falls down to the deck as the head falls dead from your cloud kill. Yeah, but you have a huge bite right across your chest.
Anything you can walk away from, right?
Yeah,
Xander and Rayonde also get bitten. Each of you
Sick.
for 12 each. And Karrin and Kerrin, it cannot draw a bead on quite fast.
That's what I thought. We were doing that twin dodge and weave.
Exactly. Like you're like fooling it. It's like, what? They're there, but they're there, but they're there, but they're there. What? And can't quite get you. Yeah.
Yes.
And it does not bite you again, Aiden. Yeah. Although you and your friend are both very much down on the deck.
Yeah.
Right now.
So I think at this point, Karrin and Kerrin are very much just trying to create an advantage for one of the people who are following them up. So you see them make a series of hand motions, and energy sparks from their fingers and then meets somewhere up in the air, and they're going to cast Guiding Bolt. And hopefully there is no butt to be seen, but we'll make do.
Wow.
Is that a 1?
No, it is not a 1.
But why do my dice hate me so much?
It's a 4.
You
I
gotta
have
play. You gotta play
cursed
one of.
dice.
You gotta play one of those low rolling games. Get some battle lords in here.
I'm gonna sage the
I mean,
studio.
it's still
Or.
it's a 12.
Well, for guiding bolt, do you need to roll to attack, or do they need to roll
Yes,
to
it's
save?
a ranged spell attack.
Yep, range touch, and that AC is the same. That is not enough to hit it.
No, I didn't figure.
You just pachoo. You know, it's a lot of heads. They're moving. There's serpentine. It's a serpentine
Why
motion.
do all of my dice
You know?
hate me so much? We
It's-
had a conversation
It's the poor
before
musician.
we started
It's the
this.
poor musician that blames the instrument, y'all. I said what I said. Yes. Oh no, I take it back. Oh no, I gave you a sad. I take it back.
It's fine. It's fine. Eventually the twins will be useful. It's fine. Okay.
Aiden.
Yeah.
You have been wounded. Your friend is wounded. You see Karrin and Kerrin are shooting and fighting as bravely as they can. What does Aiden do?
Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not running at that thing again. I'm going to draw my short bow and take a shot.
Okay. Roll it.
Okay, this one likes me as much as it likes you.
Oh,
Ain't that
gosh.
great?
We're doing a great job. Sorry.
Yeah, so that don't do a thing.
Saying Helene and Xander, or Helene and Rayonde, you're doing some heavy lifting here with this Hydra fighting.
So with
Sitting
my,
next to me apparently is also a curse.
I'm gonna roll out of the way and behind some crates and use my cunning action to hide.
Okay.
And that's
Helene,
a 19.
it's like he shoots and then it's gone.
How does he move that fast when he's hurt? I don't understand. And she's gonna kind of try and drag herself.
Xander.
I would like to do 4. Can I do so with these precision attacks? And I get 4 attacks if I want to use action surge. Can I use precision attack for each one using a superiority dice? This is a D10.
Well, roll the 1 and I'll check and see.
Well, I rolled a dirty 20.
That is enough to hit it.
That is enough.
A dirty 20 is enough to hit it.
Okay.
Yep.
So you want me to roll 5 times each time? Or I don't know what you want. Like to hit.
Well, this
That was
is
one attack.
Yeah,
That's
one
why I
attack.
wanted to. I was just making sure.
Specific. I don't know
This
the
is
mechanic
5
by
of
which that works.
It's a superiority dice. You use it with.
No, precision strike.
Oh.
Precision attack.
When you make a weapon attack roll, you can expend 1 superiority die to add it to the roll before or after the roll, but before any effects are applied.
Yeah.
Oh, so if you roll kind of marginal, before he's announced the result, you can be like, and I'm just gonna throw this on top.
But it says attack roll. Is that to
Yeah, so
hit?
like you roll to
Or
attack.
That's just like the damage.
And like
Just
you
to attack.
roll 14, we know that it's like, higher than a 14 to hit. Roll a d8, add the result. Kind of like Bardic Inspiration.
Then
So you probably do it.
maybe not do
You
that
don't
4
need to
times.
use. You don't need to use precision attack.
Yeah, I'm good on that
one.
then. I'm just gonna attack him 4 times. Action surge, take me away.
The same thing. After each one, you can roll and look at the die. Decide, do you want to add another D10 to that?
Is it- I should've done
17.
it. 17.
That is enough to hit him.
That's probably not 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, sure. I'll do that. That's a D10, right?
That's a D10.
Yeah. I know things. So that was, what was it, 12?
Yeah.
You can only use one maneuver per attack. Oh well, but you have that. You learn 2
17.
other maneuver. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 17 for the third one?
That is enough to hit him.
So many. 9,
16.
16.
Or no, sorry, 17.
17?
Yeah, you're plus 9 to hit.
That is
Yes.
also enough to hit him.
16 plus 9
That is
25.
also. Oh wait, but that's still the hit or the damage.
to hit.
To hit.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Yep, that is enough to hit.
So that was 4? Or did I just do too many?
I believe that would hit with all 4.
I'm here. I'm on Earth. Or,
It's supposed to be on favor
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I was like, actually, hold on.
There was one that was low, but you used your precision attack to up it. So you
Yes,
did
yes.
hit 4 times.
Right, when you only used one precision die.
I
Get a keep track
Superiority?
of that.
believe so.
Superiority
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
You
I'm
can mark it
marking.
off on your sheet on D&D Beyond.
I'm doing that right now.
Add up the damage and let me know what it is.
Yes,
We're
yes.
back around to you, Rayonde. Actually, hang on. The members of the White Sails fight valiantly and fairly effectively. They are also poking and stabbing at the thing. It keeps moving, so it gets out of the way of the ship's cannons. It seems like it's at least loosely aware of the fact that what that is. But at this point, all the heads on one side have been negated. You see Helene is very much down on the deck and bleeding. And there's 3 heads that are still up and fighting.
I'd like to jump down so that I'm in between the heads and Helene. I'm going to make 2 attacks, and then I'm going to use patient defense
Okay.
to take dodge as a bonus action.
Okay. All right. Roll it.
So, all right.
You can roll your 2 attacks. Same thing. After this, it will be Helene, you, and the creature simultaneously. So you can start rolling whatever it is you will need to roll.
I got 2 hits.
Okay.
So an 18 and 23.
Both of those are enough to hit it.
Yeah, and I'm going to use Deft Strike on one of those.
Okay.
So let's see, so that's a total of. Uh, 19 points of damage from the 2 attacks.
19 total.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Helene, again, you and the creature technically will attack simultaneously.
How many heads are left?
3.
Sweet. It is 8, D6 I need. I think she's going to look up at it, and again the head that's closest to it, or actually she's gonna aim towards like the base of the neck, where like its body is. Can I see that, or can
Its
I
body
only see
is
the head?
under the water. But again, the heads are probably close enough that if you do something area effect, you'll probably be able to hit them all.
I want a lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt will just hit one.
I know. I don't think I have any other. I don't think I have any other AOE.
I mean, you have fireball.
Yeah.
Oh, is fireball okay?
Yeah, and it's
yes.
a nice big spear.
Then I will do the fireball.
I was like, if there's one thing I know about this girl, you've got fireball.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I will cast the fireball.
Okay. All right. And your save DC 16, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is correct.
I had 51 damage.
51. Okay.
That does not tickle.
One of the heads got a 1, so it basically opens its mouth and swallows the fireball. Like it's like,
And then it
I like
explodes?
fireball.
Yeah.
All 3 heads fail. One of them super fails. Yes.
I'm casting it at a 4th level.
All right, so that's
Okay.
96.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's you need 3 more.
Yes.
Xander, were you attacking with a bow and arrow with your
Gotcha.
sword?
Sword.
Got you,
You
Helene.
hacked and chopped into all of the necks with like blows that would bring down trees.
Perfect.
You know. Mhm.
Will it bring down?
I'm just
sea
really feeling
monsters?
good after these wins.
And while you were like hack, 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 it opens its mouth like.
That's amazing.
Although it is going to get to make its last 3 attacks though, because again, this is technically happening simultaneously. So, what is your armor class, Xander?
18.
It bites you 3 separate times for 36 points of damage.
That's what I get for getting so close.
Mm-hmm.
35.
How much
25?
damage?
35.
35?
36.
Yeah. And when it lets
It's
go
just
to
a
bite you
flash
again, flames. And all the heads drop down under the water.
Nice.
That's what it gets for biting me.
Nice one, Helene.
Yeah. Huh? Glad I could be of service.
Good work.
Likewise. Where are the twins?
Coming.
Rayonde? Not a scratch.
Yep. I'm gonna cast.
It did bite me once.
Oh no, it did succeed in biting you. Yes.
Dave, you don't even remember that you bit me.
I did a lot of biting in quick succession, yes. So hashtag not all reptiles. Yes.
I know that are we technically out of combat at this point? I'm just gonna go ahead and cast prayer healing. And
Sort of drag them all to the center
Yeah,
of the...
since I have the spell slots for it, I'll just go ahead and cast it at 6th level, and just that's 68 plus 4. So
A few other members of the crew were ambiently harmed, bruised, battered, bitten. So there's a few people that kind of gather around to bask in your healing
that's
glow.
19 to everyone. So or 19 plus
here,
4,
Bobby.
that's 23 to everybody.
23?
23.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You never quite get tired of watching the wounds kind of like knit and close. It's bizarre, especially because you never really know like what's going to be enough and what won't. Because I believe that is definitely not enough to seal up what it did to Helene and
Or Xander.
Yeah, or Xander.
I'm doing okay.
I think
Yeah.
67 out of 74.
they
All right.
basically spend a little bit more time with Helene and Xander and making sure they get topped up. So
Did that patch up Aiden there?
I think this leg actually looks a little bit better. I think it is a little more muscular.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for that, Karrin.
no problem.
Chick stick scars.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I'll do a healing word really fast too.
Okay.
And yeah, like I said, I have the spell slots for it, so let's just go ahead and.
As you stand there and watch the burned and slashed body of this thing sinking into the depths, Rayonde, what do you do after that?
Nothing. I wait.
Just in case. Knock another arrow.
Watchful.
Helene, you noticed that he jumped down and basically like interjected himself between you and the thing while you were laying there wounded.
When she kind of stands up and brushes herself off, she walks over to the side of the ship where Rayonde is and looking over the side, goes, thank you. I noticed that and Thank you for saving me.
You've saved me more often than I've saved you, so we're not even yet.
Have 20 more hit points.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. Bye.
It's like, while you're standing there talking, it's like, you just feel great. Actually, you're like, oh my god, I'm dying. Wait, I'm gonna make it. Oh no, I'm fine.
Mind if I stand next to you and wait to see if it rears any one of its ugly heads again?
I would welcome your assistance.
And she'll lean towards the edge of the ship, but she'll also slip her hand into his and hold his hand while she's looking.
Good
I
job,
want to
everybody.
take in some good breaths real quick and use second wind and regain the rest of my hit points. I'm still missing like 5.
Okay.
That's okay.
It's alright, you're gonna be alright. Oh, you put some good hits in there, man.
Huh?
You put some good hits in
Yeah.
there. Good work.
I'm exhausted.
We are exhausted.
Eventually, we're gonna hit a thing. Eventually.
I'm with you. It's not everybody's night every night.
Did anybody else know
Feels
this
like it hasn't been my night for 3 years.
We would not be around to have more nights if it weren't for the two of you.
That's fair.
One of the other soldiers that is walking by is like, there was that time in Icewind Dale that you fell the beast. 'Twas,
Been a while since then.
14 months at least, but it did happen.
They remember. The people remember.
There was actual art, and therefore it did happen.
The bards still sing of it.
Things or it didn't happen.
Xander, while you're standing there, you feel like a little tug at your sleeve.
Oh, hi.
You see Annabeth is standing there, but she's like,
What are you disappointed about now?
pulls the belt up.
The belt?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you happy for me?
He went easy on you.
I think he did. Maybe next time.
If he wanted to, he could have just like fire breath whenever he wanted to, and you would have been dead.
Well, that's an unfair advantage, don't you think?
Maybe he's just better because he's a dragonborn.
Well, that's very hurtful.
Good.
And I pat her on her head.
Just,
You're still cute as hell.
just this is a good fight. Turn and walks away. You all continue sailing into the night, somewhat uneventfully. For that, a normal day in your life as members of the White Sails Company. One moment you all are fighting for a championship to pass time. The next minute, a horrible sea monster is emerging from the depths to attack the vessel.
Day in the life.
I think the twins, as usual, sleep up in the crow's nest together. Each of them, they don't actually sleep. They basically just pass off shifts. They're usually night watch for this because they have good eyes. They don't need to sleep.
Along the base of the mast, because again the Mother of Pearl is a galleon. It's a large vessel. There are notches carved in it for everyone you all have lost. And there's a candle that is lit at the bottom whenever anyone doesn't come back from a mission. The notches go high up the mast. And you've added 4 fresh ones just tonight. Karrin and Kerrin, while you all are holding off, switching back and forth between your watches, I assume one meditates while the other's awake.
Yeah, usually.
You give me your perception check.
Hey, that's not bad. That's a dirty 20.
Hey.
Out in the night, you see a dark shape flying towards the ship.
Karrin. Do you see that? Yeah? What is that? I don't know, that's why I woke you up. Can you see it better than I can? We have the exact same eyesight. No, I can't see it better than you can. We probably should let Nikto know. I don't want to go down. Are you going to go down? Why do we have to have this argument every single time? See, you got to go. Fine. And Karrin sits down to grab Nikto.
Nikto is asleep in her quarters, but you've come to realize she does sleep very lightly. And over these years, you've also come to realize she'd rather you wake her for nothing than not.
Yeah.
And how do you approach her quarters? Because she's in the captain's quarters just behind the...
So I think that at this point, because they've gotten so used to doing night watch, they have like a special knock that they do when they need Nikto to like hop to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so Karrin just does a quick like three rap to get Nikto's attention.
A moment later, the door swings open and she's sitting in her bed holding a knife. And she's like, I should not have gone shot for shot with Aiden again.
I would figure by this point you would know better, but it looks like we got something flying towards the ship.
He's so skinny, you wouldn't think that... Wait, flying towards the ship?
Yeah, some sort of dark shape. It's headed this way.
Okay, let's not go full alert yet. And she just pulls a rope. And down in the crew quarters where you 6 sleep, or 4 as the case may be, small bells ring near you all.
Okay. Alright. Nope. More sea monsters. Scramble, move.
Another night, day, another adventure.
Fire. Let's go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just grab my great sword and nudge Rayonde. Thing.
How long were we asleep? Still tired.
We didn't have time before, but I wanted to congratulate you on your win.
I didn't win. Okay.
That's not true.
I'm half convinced the sea monster was your doing, to be honest.
I was saving all of my energy for a burst at the end, but I was wrong. You defeated me with a technical knockout before I got to that point. So
Yeah, the armbar was legit. Come on.
And I don't want you to think that I was just going easy on you.
I'm not fully convinced, but I'll take a win.
Well,
Why don't you put those good wrestling skills to whatever we have to go kill right now?
You're
All
right.
right.
You might not have to kill anything.
anyway,
What's going
keep
on?
training because I'm coming for my championship.
While when you look back up there, your sibling is still in the crow's nest, and something is sitting out on the mast, hunched over looking at them. And up in the crow's nest, this hooded figure lands.
Hello.
Hello.
And you are?
And you are?
I'm Kerrin.
Kerrin, and the hood comes back, and you see a familiar face of a jet black Kinku.
Significant!
Runs forward and hugs you, and they are covered almost head to toe in shiny trinkets, and it is amazing to think that they can even fly under their own power.
False alarm, we're good up here.
You all basically see this shadow like scrambles towards them, but they're like, you can't see what happens. Yeah.
Kerrin, what's going on up there? It's significant. Oh, that makes sense.
Okay. Good night. I just curl up. I curl up on the deck.
Significant looks down and hops over, and the wings come out of his feet. And he like flies down and lands in front of you all. It's like
Helene runs up and gives him a hug.
huge big hug.
Karrin also.
Yeah. Huge big hugs. And like he opens his mouth and you hear, "Hey, it's significant!" again. And
Hey, buddy.
yep. Hey, buddy. And same thing, hugs all around. And then goes like hug the two of you. And then like afterwards goes like pulls out a pocket watch and looks at it. It's like,
Yeah, it's late.
But it's always good to see you again.
it's always good to see you again.
That's true.
That's true.
Sorry to make everybody wake up. Kerrin from the crow's nest. Go back to bed.
Significant looks around and is like, "Go back to bed."
No.
Goes back up.
Buddy.
And he brings it in again and he's like, "Oh." makes a big dramatic show of like, like they're like.
We haven't seen you in a while, so again, what brings you back this way?
He stops and thinks, and he's like, you hear a completely different voice just say, "The wind at your sails, the most wonderful thing in the world."
Ah, you just missed us. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if you noticed, but I started putting them towards the front more. That was in honor of you.
He very quickly like pecks at one with his beak, and he's like,
Oh no, it's all right. It's all right. Yes, exactly that.
Beautiful. He sort of rummages around in his bag, and he pulls out some scrolls, and he hands one to you.
Thank you.
And it's got the little seal that is the exact same symbol as is on your necklace.
Oh. Thank you. She'll open it.
He very much like leans over and tries to read it.
I'm gonna give him a yoink.
He's like, and he sort of like rummages and looks through the other scrolls and looks at you and goes like,
Next time, I want one of those ones from, where did you say the place was called? Kozakura.
Kozakura.
Mm-hmm. Or Wa.
Wah.
It's written like this. I draw a calligraphy shape for the nation of Wa.
Kozakura. Wah.
Mm-hmm. Anything you find, bring it to me.
I think Karrin is trying to gently guide Aiden back downstairs to his.
No, I'm staying up here in case you need me anymore.
Before
It'll be okay. You should go
No,
back.
I'm not
to
getting up again. I'm
Well, we're-
asleep on the deck.
But
near
the
you.
deck is. Oh, fine.
you notice Solivian holds his hands up and he whistles. He's like, and two of the scrolls just sort of float through the air into the hands of Karrin and Kerrin. One of which is still up in the crow's nest. So, Helene, it is a letter from your grandfather.
Oh.
The harvest is strong. Your mother misses you, although she'd never admit it. The children are growing up. It's almost time for their ceremonies. They are being very closely watched to make sure they don't try and sneak out the night before like you did. Know you've been busy. Just try and make it home when you can. We all miss you, but we'll be waiting. Grandfather.
She rolls it back up and tucks it in her jacket. And she gives Solivian another big hug and goes, "Thank you so much for this."
He hugs you, and then he steps back, and he looks kind of stern, like his little, like, crow brow furrows, and you hear, "Das 3."
Yeah.
You need to write to your family. That's been 3 letters.
I know. I'm gonna make it back. I've been thinking about, trying to go for a visit, to see them. It's my plan. A lot of things have been happening. We're getting attacked by giant sea creatures with a lot of heads.
We'll make time. We'll go together. All of us.
We'll go together, all of us.
Yeah. But it is on the short list of things to do.
Nikto does speak up for the first time. She kind of comes up and, like, hugs Solivian sort of around the neck, too, and she says, after our next stop in Waterdeep, there is a chance we'll be putting back in from Intarn.
See?
That's perfect. We can go back.
I have missed him quite a bit. So I'm really glad to hear that everything is going good that way. And I look forward to seeing it with my own eyes when we pull back into Mintar.
Karrin and Kerrin, your scrolls are both letters from the High Priestess, each to Karrin and to Kerrin. I hope you have been judicious in your studies and availing yourselves in a way that is befitting one of your birth and bearing. I am sure you have endeavored on a daily basis to make the elves of Gwyneth proud. Also, in my scrying, I have seen you need a good deal of target practice.
Karrin just looks up at Kerrin. Kerrin looks down at Karrin, and both of them just go, she's not wrong. No, she's not. Maybe Rayonde can help us. Yeah, he's pretty good at hitting targets. We'll ask him tomorrow.
He does go he rummages in the bag some more, and he pulls out 2 scrolls that are solid gleaming white and hands them to Nikto. And she goes, right. And she goes, you all eyes sharp, but to yourself. Then he cracks it open, and while she's looking, you do see Salivigan is like, yoink. Rayonde's really good at hitting a target. And she opens it and reads it, and she's like, oh, you all. Well, we were already on our way to Waterdeep, but and she cracks the second one and opens it up, and she's like,
The 2 scroll problem.
this, I don't know that this is a problem, Aiden. There's so much as an opportunity. And she turns around the second scroll, and it is a wanted poster. And it is a picture of a modeled, dirty Aarakocra with a scar down its cheek. And it is wanted for murder, kidnapping, and treason. 10,000 gold. It is Molt. You have not seen her in years, but you know that face anywhere, especially Karrin and Kerrin. Saw her very much up close.
We owe her quite a lot.
It's been a while.
To live again says, we owe her quite a lot.
This time we're not gonna miss. Do you think you can help us?
You know, like, it's like, Rayonde can help us.
I come over and I.
Yeah, Kerrin's still up there.
Oh, okay. So I put my arm around Karrin, then say, "Don't worry. We'll be start at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning."
We don't need sleep. That works for us.
I do, but I get up at 4.
You're a monk. That makes sense.
I am a monk.
Solivigant looks closely at you, Helene, and kind of looks you up and down a little bit and just goes,
Helene does the same.
and he goes
And Helene will take his arms and also start voguing.
he sort of goes and waves his hands, just sparkles and streamers go off all around him, and you actually hear ambient music and he's like,
Oh.
We're gonna wake the rest of the crew.
That's okay, we're fabulous.
that's okay, we're fabulous. But you hear I don't need sleep, but I do. And he goes, Nikto says, come on, Bird Brain. We can talk more inside. You guys get some rest. I think we'll be arriving at Waterdeep probably by sunset tomorrow.
Right.
And she holds her hand up, and the scroll of Molt, the wanted poster, comes up again, and she's like, she may not be a part of our mission, but if you can find a chance to nail this one to the wall, You can keep the coin.
Don't
My
worry,
hair's gonna
we're
be
on it.
really heavy with all of that gold.
That's a deal.
Yeah, and
You're gonna be so strong.
Solivigant does just sort of like rub his hands over the coins and it's like he goes and he like kind of pulls one off and hands it to you.
Thank you.
It has it is kind of a coppery silver and it's got a little dinosaur stamped on it.
Oh, I like it. I like it so much. Is that a dinosaur? That's perfect. I'm gonna put that one like right here in the front.
And Nikto looks and she's like, "Is that from Chult? We even sailed that far south. Oh, I can't remember the last time I was in Chult." And when she says that, Solivigant just goes, "Chult!" in her and points at the coin.
People are gonna start thinking that I've been to all these places when I haven't been there yet. I'm getting quite the collection.
You here haven't been there yet. And she turns around and she goes, "Ooh, Port Yanzaru. You guys, you are not old enough for us to sail there yet, but
Is it like where old people go?
Nikto looks at you and like very much her pupils are like her whole eyes turn black. Yeah. Yeah. And
So Helene, they have dinosaur racing there. That's the most important thing. The only thing that happens in Port.
only
Yanzaru.
thing that happens in Port Yanzaru. And Solivigant very clearly kind of starts pushing Nikto backwards. And Nikto's very much like, no. What'd she say? No, say it again. No, I must not have heard you. It was something in the wind must have gotten into my ears.
Nope, didn't say a thing.
I am still very young for the things that I've accomplished. Thank you very much. My mother was twice my age when she turns and like kind of stalks back, and you hear her stomping, which you all know. Again, if she only stomps.
She wants us to hear.
Yeah, she's really mad.
Yeah.
Aiden, if you're not going back down below, you should come up with us here.
Sounds like a perfect plan. And in fact, I am going to climb the rigging up into the crow's nest and curl up on the floor of the crow's nest and sleep on the floor of the crow's nest.
And the twins will just watch over Aiden.
Yeah.
It is a restful few hours before dawn, leaving the three of you down on the deck.
I'm just gonna sit down. So take a nice little nap right on the mast. I'm exhausted.
And little soul just tuckered out. He's immediately like, it's like, I'm just gonna rest my eyes for it to.
But I got my great sword right here.
Helene will also lean against a pole sitting on the deck and just kind of look like she is being vigilant until she falls asleep.
It doesn't take long. Yep. And it is a beautiful starry night. It is moonless, but on a night like this, even the stars themselves basically illuminate everything. It's a wonderful scene. Rayonde, as you are still sort of standing there, as everyone is sort of at peace, you can't help but replay the events of when you met the Dragonborn in the tavern in your mind. This is the way with all of them. Some things just beat in our hearts.
I push it down. I don't listen to that voice. I'm deep in meditation. I will not be disturbed by these ghosts.
Do you continue your meditation up here on the deck, or do you go back under?
Oh, always on deck, baby.
And you all continue the night with under the vigilant eye of both the twins and Rayonde.
I mean, I am actually sleeping for part of that, but I sleep with my eyes open, sitting in a cross-legged position. So,
Chicken.
yeah. So I'm sure I look very wise and alert.
Like a chicken.
Well, dragons, dinosaurs, birds. I feel like that's a...
I know chicken.
Yes, the dodo.
Nailed it.
Midway through the night, as the sky is already starting to blue with the approach of dawn, Karrin and Kerrin, as you all sit there, sort of holding the parchments in your hand, sort of looking over them. Give me an investigation check. I almost said wits and investigation. That is a different game.
Different game.
8.
You know what? You can roll with advantage because there's 2 of you. In this case,
Wow.
9.
they have both successfully rolled to disbelieve. It's fine. They're very distracted. There is a beautiful Aiden sleeping peacefully.
I think whenever Aiden is around, anybody who's next to Aiden is rolling at disadvantage.
All true. All true. He gets bonuses on all checks against people with eyes.
They don't need to have eyes.
They just need to have soul.
And there's blind side. There's just
You guys really, really hate me. Please send me something so that I can exercise my dice.
Please send them dice. Sage and dice. That's
Sage and dice.
Sage and dice.
Make sure your sage is ethically sourced.
Right. Sage your sage, then send the sage, and also dice.
Yes.
Yes. While the twins are up there watching over Aiden, and again, it's, the ship sort of comes to life around dawn, so it won't be long yet. So Living Ant flitters down again and kind of just like sits on the edge of it and just like looks at you like.
Sometimes we do really well, and sometimes we do really bad. Seems like we can never quite find the balance.
He stands up, and he is very much on the rim of the crow's nest. And he goes like,
Yeah, something like that. We wonder if we're ever really going to figure it out.
we do really well. And he very carefully steps down to avoid stepping on Aiden and looks down at him and goes, I should not have gone shot for shot with Aiden.
Most people shouldn't. We can because we are us.
Sometimes we do really bad.
Do you think we made the right choice coming out here?
He looks out over the ocean and think,
Unlike the rest of them, we had a choice. A different choice than most people. We could have stayed home and studied. But we were given a chance to explore. And we didn't have to ask for permission. But we did anyway.
he sort of sits on the edge of the crow's nest and just sort of nods and looks out over the ocean and opens his mouth, and again you hear Xander's voice from years ago. Stay close, it's easy to get lost here.
We hope the things that we learn out here will be helpful when we go home. But sometimes we're not sure. We're not sure.
Sometimes we do really good.
It was really cool when we felled that beast, wasn't it?
And he opens his mouth and you hear a woman singing. It's like, The elven warriors slew the beast, the bane of Icewind Dale. And when Aiden starts humming, it's living and points and is like,
Don't wake them up.
he sort of holds his hand out, and you see what looks like little golden sparkles sort of like fall over Aiden's head, and he stops stirring.
If we practice with Rayonde, our aim will get better. It will get better.
His brow kind of like furrows for a second, and then he pushes a sleeve back. And when he pushes it back to expose a little more, because again, he's covered in thick black feathers, but he sort of pushes, and you can see that he's got like scars and scrapes and things from his life, all up and down his arm. And he points at one of the scars and points at you. And you hear your own voice say, "Don't worry, it's Leve again. You'll be better in a moment."
It's good to have the one thing that we can do really well.
He goes, "One thing, really well."
Well, that just means we're still learning.
And you hear, he sort of opens his mouth again, and you hear the sounds of a commotion. You hear Helene, "Slavers, fight back! Rayonde, get him! No, Xander, look out!" You hear Aiden's voice, "Shh, it'll all be over in a minute." And all of this plays out again there. And you hear him again say, "Slavers, fight back." And just like slaps you on the arm and goes,
Don't worry, Molt is ours. Triple chest bump.
The triple chest bump.
Kerrin and Karrin have to work really hard not to get thrown back.
Yeah, it's like a beam of light
They're not
takes
strong.
off into the sky there. Yeah. He sort of like looks at you for a second, and he like scratches and he goes, and he opens his mouth, and you hear your grandmother singing. And it is your grandmother.
Why do you sound like Grandma?
He points down at the parchment.
Did she send you a song for us? Kerrin reaches into like one of their little satchels and pulls out a piece of paper, and the two of them start writing something very quickly. And then they seal it and they give it to Slivigant. And then they sing a song.
He listens to the entire thing, and the moment that you're done, opens his mouth, and of course it is a perfect reproduction.
Tell her we love her and we miss her, and we'll work on our aim.
He tucks the thing around and he goes, and he holds his hands up, and you see the scroll sort of like floats up, and he's like,
We looked at it. Do we need to look again?
and he like sort of holds his hand up, and it glows slightly, and you see it's almost like in the moonlight. It starts to glow a little more, and you see a whole second layer of words
Oh, we missed that.
start to appear. And he looks at you and he goes like,
We got distracted. What? He's cute. Kerrin is blushing really brightly. And Karrin is
Yeah.
just sort of like,
yeah. And Salivigan does look down and go, he's cute. But this is the first time you've seen him be expressly very nosy about everything. But when you see this second set of writing appear on the scroll, he, like, quite consciously just, like, turns it towards you.
What does it say?
This is from your father.
Oh. Okay.
It says, Kerrin, you will probably have figured this out first. You were always so much quicker than your sister. But Karrin's got a good heart. Try not to be too hard on them. I know we agreed that you would partake on a standard 10-year expedition of self-discovery, but some matters at home on the island have become more complicated than I could have anticipated at the time. I assume by the time you've reached enough proficiency to read this missive, assuming you think to double-check, you both can be very inattentive despite my best efforts, perhaps you will know that you should at least stop back by home to make sure all is in order. I will not say I am proud of you. You still have a great deal to learn, but I will say, as far as I can tell, you have yet to bring dishonor on this family. And perhaps I will have to find some peace in that. Your father, Lord of Gwyneth. And so living it very much is like, and he sort of just like steps up on the edge of the crow's nest, and he looks back and opens his mouth, and you hear Helene's voice say, "Don't worry, grandfather, I'll make you proud." And he steps off.
I think Kerrin and Karrin just sort of like snuggle up next to each other and keep each other company until the deck starts to get a little bit more active. And Kerrin does a lot of comforting of Karrin, who is feeling rather down about the fact that your father still hasn't figured out they don't have a gender.
He's the only one that never really seemed to get it. Down on the deck, Helene, you are awakened by somebody very roughly tripping over your boot.
Oh, sorry.
Sleep on the job again, are you, Helene?
I was not asleep. I was checking my eyelids for holes.
A large half-orc that you know as Merivale leans down and scoops you up almost effortlessly. And she's like, "That's all right. Killing hydras is hungry work. Saw what you did there. 6 of the 7 heads you got."
Yes. Good like that.
Oh, you know, Rayonde and Xander, they fought bravely, but...
Yeah. That one was a little bitey, wasn't it?
Well, I was down in the cannons, you see. I was trying to arrange it, but the beast was spry.
It was very bitey.
She looks at your ripped uniform from where it like bit completely through, basically. Like, Well,
We should probably get new uniforms soon. How's your evening?
when you say we should get new uniforms, you hear, no. I will take care of that. I will take care of that. And a small gnome that you all know is Dismith, who is the ship's, what's the genderless term for seamstress?
Seamster, I guess.
It came up
Or
recently.
tailor.
It was on Twitter this week.
Cosplay.
No,
Tailor.
Taylor is specialized.
Taylor.
It's,
Taylor.
Taylor.
Taylor is specialized. Seamster is the thing, or sewist if you prefer.
I mean, first things
That is
first,
the
he's the
gender
sewist. Yeah, although
So
I do
it's-
believe in my mind Taylor is the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Comes over to
Taylor, soldier spy.
we've got all of those on this ship.
Yeah.
Really, yes. Comes over and is like, no. You shan't do away with this. No, this I can do something with this. I can fix it. And he very much
sorry
starts
about
like
that.
yanking at it, where you're like, he's like, Helene.
I tried my hardest to keep myself out of the Hydra's mouth.
He stops and looks at you for a second, and you see it just completely like takes all of the like speech he was about to give you. He's like, my dear child, it's just right. The Hydra's bad. And he just kind of idly puts a hand on you, and when he does, the cloth itself just goes knits.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's like brand new.
He's like, I just gotta go. Rayonde, stop studying your eyelids, boy. Bitch, yeah. Just get out of there. You had to hear it. You had to be there. Is this good? Clothing good?
Yes, it's fine.
He looks at you and
I
goes,
was awake that entire time and heard everything that you said.
he goes, I suppose. And when he does, all of the dust and everything flies off. Like your clothes are like gleaming and perfect.
That's a good trick.
I am full of them. And he comes over to you, Xander, and he's like, Xander, wake up, boy. Hey,
Yeah.
Xander, boy.
I'm up,
and like
I'm
you
up.
come to like his face right here.
Oh,
It's
God.
like, can you hear me? Are you alive?
Yes.
Have you been dealt significant trauma?
No.
Are you bleeding internally? And he just like push your eye and like look.
God.
What do you
I
think we're
I'm
doing
fine.
up here?
A little sunlight.
I don't know where Aiden is. Who knows what you all are doing up there?
Excuse you?
Oh,
Morning.
Wah.
I'm back under the crust.
Marivale sort of looks at you and she goes, and then looks over at Rayonde and looks back at you and is like, come with me, Red.
Okay.
And she's like, Helene, Xander, debrief. And like takes you down into the hold.
What are we debriefing?
I don't know.
And you have been debriefed.
Likewise.
We both walk off like we know something.
Very
In the
intently.
crow's nest. I guess the twins are casting bending on Aiden's uniform.
Yeah,
I would
thank
say
you for
by the
keeping
time-
my pants, but pants.
I'd say by the time Aiden wakes up, your clothes are probably already cleaned and knitted.
Whoa. Hey. What's wrong?
Just Dad.
Boo on dads. I will go down the rigging and I will bring the eggs back up.
Okay.
Thank you for my pants.
Everybody needs pants.
If you say so.
Correct.
And
That is
I'm gone.
no, that's divine intervention. Like the sun just stops in the sky and is like, no.
Hold up.
I mean, you're busy debriefing.
I mean,
Debriefing.
Aiden knows how debriefing works. Just ask him.
Debriefed.
Debriefed. Down in the hole, Marivale, who you all work out quite a bit because you kind of established you two were less likely to break each other inadvertently. Sort of gets you down in the kind of near the chow line and turns and looks at you. She goes, "You ever known me to lie to you, Rayonde?
I don't believe it's in your nature.
Ever known me to treat you like the people tend to treat both of us when they see our faces?
Never.
What are your intentions towards that girl? I'm no fool, boy.
I guess I shouldn't say that I don't have intentions.
I'm glad you didn't lie to me. It would have saved me the difficulty of... And she does reach up and just idly break something off the ship.
I mean, I've intimated that
I'm worried about you intimating. That's the very thing that I'm here to discuss with you, boy.
All right.
Rayonde. I don't do this often, so I apologize if I get some of the pronunciation wrong. But she switches into Draconic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that child is sweet and beautiful. She doesn't know what life is like for us.
And why would she need to know?
Because if you two were to become intimates, she's going to find out.
Do you know if that's even possible?
Here on the crew, we are what we do. We're known by our reputations, huh? Yours is a good one. Strong. Respected.
Earned, this reputation is.
Earned. The rest of the world, though, they see your red scales and think they know you.
I prefer to stay out here on the seas, where people have long heard of my legend before they get the chance to meet me.
No ship can stay at sea forever. We all have to port in, eventually.
We have places that are safe.
She just puts a hand on your shoulder and just says, "Just be careful, boy." And she holds up the broken piece of the ship. She's like, "What seems strongly constructed can be quite fragile."
Well, you're wrong about her. She's stronger than I am. If anything, I'm the one at risk in this relationship.
Fine. Perhaps I should go threaten her too then, huh?
I mean, whatever floats your boat, mate.
Oh, I hope that joke was better in common. And she does just slap you on the shoulder, turns and walks off. Aiden,
Yeah.
when you are walking down into the hold to get the eggs, you hear Aiden in the twins' voice come from a nearby room.
You did not beat me down that rigging, so what is going on here? I'll pop my head in.
You see Salivagant is swinging from a hammock, smoking a pipe.
Hey, buddy. I am not even hurt that you did not bring me letters from the family I don't have. So, I guess we're even.
He just sort of shrugs.
Yep, them's the flaps.
And he's like, you hear one of the twins' voice say, "He's cute." And he motions and the door closes behind you. And he keeps swaying in the hammock with a pipe, like,
No, wait. Run that by me one more time.
he doesn't.
You know, look. I need to hear it one more time to know which one it was. I don't want to get that wrong.
He opens his mouth again, and you hear one of the twins again just say, "Sometimes we do really good."
That's true. They're pretty great.
They're pretty great.
You can tell him I said that.
You can tell him I said that.
We're a crew. We gotta work together. focus on crew things.
When you say we're a crew, he opens his mouth again and your voice says, the family I don't have.
Yeah. Yeah. They're all so great. I mean, Helene's just amazing. She's so brave and smart. Yeah, I'd never tell her this, but I always want to be just like her. And Xander always does the right thing. That's something I've never been able to do. Karrin and Kerrin are so wise. I've learned so much from them. I've been all over the world and they're the best people I ever met. Greatest heroes. I don't deserve their friendship. Never have. Hey, you better not repeat this, bird brain.
You hear he opens his mouth and says, better not repeat.
That's right.
But he hops down and he looks at you for a second and opens his mouth, and you hear one of the twins say, sometimes we do really good. Sometimes we do really bad. One day, we'll find the balance. And he just sort of like pokes you in the chest.
Yeah. I get it. They're different. It'll be good. Some of us are bad to the bone.
And when you say that, like his feathers fluff up and he goes like,
Yeah, that's right.
he does stop and like rummages around in his bag, and he pulls out a parchment and hands it to you, and smiles as much as his beak will allow him to smile. He's like, it is a commendation from the White Sails for acts of heroism and bravery made out to you.
I double checked the seat. Like, this can't. Well, about time, right? Need that recognition of my heroic, brave acts.
He opens his mouth and you hear your voice say, greatest heroes.
Thanks, Bird Brain. You're not so bad.
And he breaks it. It's like he's wearing like a bronze breastplate from all the coins and things, yeah. And then the
scale mail.
the door swings open, and he like the door starts to open and then slams abruptly. And he's like, and pulls a little pouch, a little packet of leaves out of one of his belt pockets and hands it to you. It is tobacco from Norland. An acquired taste from when you were far too young.
I passed some coins, and thank you for finding this for me, buddy.
You see, he sort of ties them in and is like,
And remember, we don't tell Helene or Xander about that either.
we don't tell Helene or Xander.
I gotta get some eggs for the twins. Oh. 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 I mean, look, hey, you eat meat.
And the door opens.
Yeah. That could have, you in some and then, yeah. I gotten really used to the taste of foot in my mouth, though. That has some flavor.
He's just like,
Her foot.
Yep. Xander, you find your way making up to the crow's nest as you tend to do in the mornings, just sort of kind of surveying things first thing in the morning, and you find that Karrin and Kerrin are still there.
Oh, we were waiting for eggs, but I guess it is your shift. So, evening report. Except for significant, nothing to report.
Oh, well, good. Thank you. I didn't know you guys were gonna be up here.
And Kerrin and Karrin kind of look at each other. And Kerrin just kind of rolls their eyes and starts heading down.
I think I'm missing something. I'm just confused and oblivious as
Nope.
normal.
You can stay up here.
Okay. Then I okay.
Kerrin
Are
just...
you two okay?
The scroll that we got from our grandmother, there was also a letter from our father.
How did that go?
About as well as can be expected.
So, not too good then.
He let us go on this mission so that we could learn things, and yet he assumes that we're doing badly.
What? Why?
Because his expectations for us have always been... Well, they've always been.
Well, I personally think that he is wrong, and you two have done amazing things. I don't think we would be alive without the two of you.
You
to
wouldn't.
be honest. I know that maybe I could survive, maybe a little bit. I don't know why you assume I'd probably be dead. Yeah. You guys keep us alive, and I don't think that he understands how much we truly need both of you. So he's wrong and dumb, in my opinion.
Well, we agree. We agree that he's wrong. Maybe not dumb, just wrong.
Well, he can't be that dumb because he made both of you.
Have you eaten breakfast yet?
No?
I'll run down and make sure Aiden brought enough for everyone.
Thank you. And I hug you.
And Karrin, bright red, heads down.
Bye, Kerrin. Karrin.
And Karrin is just like, he's never gonna get it. He will eventually. All right.
Get what? I've got like 3 plates. It's like, waiter.
Helene, as you are standing there, you hear Annabeth's voice say, "Where's the champ?"
Which one, Annabeth? Your favorite or the one who won?
The real champ, Rayonde. I brought him breakfast, and she opens the basket, and she's like, "No, but I got some stuff for you too. I got some cheese, I got some bread, I got some dried fish. I know you like the dried fish.
I do.
Extra salty."
Ooh, perfect. Just the way I like it.
And she hands it out to you. Yeah.
You like it?
She's
I just saw him a second ago. He walked off that way, and she'll point the direction.
She turns and looks over there, and she goes, "I think Maraville was mad at him."
I kind of got that impression too, and that's why I'm standing over here, just looking cool. You're welcome to stand next to me and look like we're unsuspecting together.
Yeah. Wait, but why is she mad though? Does she like him? Like him?
I have no idea.
How's it even work when you're like a half orc person and a half dragon person? Do you make like a dragon orc person? Is that where hobgoblins come from? Statistically speaking, I feel like their offspring would be like half tiefling.
You're too young to think about all this.
No, I have theories though about how this all works, right?
Mm.
I mean,
Annabeth, is that salted fish I smell?
Oh, yeah. Dusty, up here. Yeah.
No, that's my favorite. Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I was looking for you to bring it for you, champ. Gotta keep your strength up for the rematch.
I was in the same spot that I always am, my meditation spot on the aft of the ship.
Just,
It's not a very big ship, you could have found me. You just want to keep all of this delicious salted fish for yourself.
Oh,
That's
stop
right.
messing with her.
and she does like reach into her vest, and she has enough for 2 people there. She's like, I just kept a snack for later. And she's like, but there you go, I got it. You guys talk. Helene, statistically speaking, think about it.
I,
Mania for bulk. Think about it.
That's
a lot of arms and elbows.
I will not think about it.
And now you can't unthink about it.
That is exactly the problem.
Now you can't unsee it. Yeah.
Very true.
We were talking the biological sciences Rayonde. I realized that you are a dragonborn of action, but we are thinking women. And
Apparently.
she's like, my rigging modifications increase speed by 17%.
That is true.
It's impressive.
And then she turns and leaves.
I like her, but she's very,
Enthusiastic.
creative. I was going to say, but yeah, enthusiastically creative.
Yes. All of those things. So, what do they want to talk to you about?
Who?
You just walked off to talk to someone, no?
No. I've been in my spot.
Merivale?
Yeah.
Oh, just the usual stuff.
All right. Well, if you need any help with anything, or if they're, sticking you with more of a workload than you should, let me know.
Oh, no. I'm very disciplined. I find this all quite manageable.
Good. Well, I'm always here if you need me.
At this point, you see Kerrin coming down from the crow's nest in a huff.
Karrin.
Karrin coming
Yeah.
down from a crow's nest in a huff. Kerrin left first. Karrin left second, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Kerrin and Aiden met up.
Yes. You see Karrin coming down in a huff from the crow's nest.
Did I mess it up again?
Salted fish?
So, I was waiting at 4 a.m., and neither of you came by for your training, like we agreed. Were you otherwise engaged?
They were busy helping me because my uniform got all torn up during the fight, and I needed their help.
Aiden and the other twin roll up, carrying a tray of eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. Eat plenty of this. You'll both need it for the trials that will follow.
Ooh,
Your
who's on
training
trial?
starts today.
Okay, we're ready.
Today we're doing 2 trials, breathing and the bucket.
What's the bucket?
Oh, you'll see.
I'm excited.
All right, we can do this. Sorry we were late. We were a little bit distracted by mending clothing.
It's fine.
Men. Clothing.
Xander, while you're up there, off in the distance, you can make out the tiniest edge of a city and a coastline.
Oh, perfect. I want to ring that bell.
You all hear the ding, 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 ding.
No!
I think that's what D'Artagnan has really been waiting to say this whole campaign. Yeah.
This whole thing was a long con to set that up for that.
I just really wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And then that. So I can go, I can die now.
I was going to say, like,
Yeah.
this is
Well,
like
officially
a-
peaked. It's
a
over now.
long crossbow
Can't go
bolt
any
from
further
Malt.
than this.
It's all right. I've got what I need to get out of this room.
You just stand there and take it. Like, you don't even, like, just die.
Smile on my
So
face.
thank you. Thank you for coming.
All around me. As you fall down to the deck. You all see the hum of activity increasing as the ship is getting ready to put into port. Nikto comes out and says, I promised you kids an experience that you would never forget. Wait until you lay eyes on the grand city of Waterdeep.
Oh, they aren't even ready for us.
I mean, I've seen one city already. How different could it be?
I can't wait!
What's this about a bucket?
And that is actually a good place for us to stop. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week.